Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is all about Google Shopping Ads and Gear Bubble Pro stores. I appreciate you coming on, taking time out of your evening to be with me tonight. So two questions first before we get going. Just want to make sure everything is working correctly, and I want to give people a couple minutes here, or a couple seconds anyway, to get on the call. I know the room's filling up pretty quick. We had like over 600 people register for this, so that's awesome, fantastic. So first, can you hear me? Can you see my screen okay? Sound good, screen good, awesome. Loud and clear? Yes, 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 cool. Okay, thanks for coming on. Like I said, I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Before we start, I'm guessing this is not your first webinar, but I just wanted to ask where you're located. Type that in the box, let me know. I'm up in Canada. We have about 3 inches of snow on the ground right now as we speak. The people are driving like it's the end of the world. So we got like Australia, Houston, St. Louis, Victoria, BC, right on, another Canadian. St. Petersburg, Florida, 70 degrees. Yeah, thanks, man. It's freezing up here. It's -2, so whatever that is in Fahrenheit. Pretty cold anyway. Moncton, another Canadian. Land of Lincoln, Illinois. Cool. Edmonton. I'm in London, Ontario, Canada. So we're about 2 hours from Detroit, 2 hours from Toronto. Calgary. I just went through Calgary a couple weeks ago and you guys had snow and it was freezing. I remember that. We got Arizona. Must be nice there, guaranteed. All right, so why don't we dive in here? I'd like to go through this, everything that I got planned for you. A lot of new stuff for you tonight that I guarantee you've never seen before. So I think you're gonna like this. But like I said, I'm guessing this is not your first webinar for a lot of you. So first things first, if you've kind of failed in the past at making money online, it's not your fault. I just want to get that out of the way. There's a lot of information out there. Some of it is good, some of it is bad, and it's hard to tell. I mean, it's okay. You're in good hands now. So I just wanted to reassure you. There are some people that really aren't cut out to teach us stuff, one-hit wonders, kind of overnight gurus and that kind of thing. They haven't had big failures yet, let alone 2 or 3. I've had 2 big flops, both online, both not 100% my fault, but still, I survived, I rebuilt, and I'm doing better than ever. So you can too. So each time I would rebuild stronger, and I've learned from so many mistakes that I've made over the years. I still make mistakes, but I've learned from a ton of them. So now I want to kind of pass it on, and you're going to benefit. And a big part of this that I'll tell you right now is the Google Shopping ads. They're tough to learn, honestly, because if you just do it one way, you're probably going to struggle. When I did mine, I hired an ad agency to come in and verify what I was doing was right and made sense, and they did. And they actually offered me one tip too that I didn't even think of that I use on all my campaigns now. So it's kind of like ad agency approved. And I mean, the sales were coming in anyway, but I was happy with that. So my goal for this webinar is pretty simple. I want to help beginners learn about Google Shopping ads and their own store online because it's a 1-2 punch that is super powerful. And I want to help advanced people. I'd love to see you double your profits using Google Shopping ads. It's possible. As long as you can follow a couple steps, follow some instruction, it'll work for you, guaranteed. It's kind of like people ignore Google Shopping ads for some reason, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because when you log into the Google dashboard, like right now, it's designed by engineers, and it's very difficult to navigate until you get used to it. Then it's like like riding a bike. It's kind of like the back of your hand. You get used to it, but man, when you first log in there, it's not easy. So who's this webinar for? Well, the following people. People looking for a blueprint to follow, sick of Facebook changing things. I mean, anybody out there kind of tired of getting something working and then Facebook moves the goalposts and you're like, why doesn't that work anymore? Or why did my ad set profit so nicely today and then tomorrow it flops and then day 3 it like takes off again and then day 4 it flops? It's like it's a roller coaster. It really is. So if you're kind of tired of inconsistent results, this is for you. If you're looking to get started, right, then this is for you too. So it doesn't really matter who you are. This is what we're doing, teaching you how to use Google Shopping ads with your own online store. And the keyword is profitably. So why? Like I said, they're complicated at first. And because Facebook ads are getting very expensive. So if you stay to the end, I do have something special for you. I'm not going to waste your time. But real quick, why do I do this stuff? Why not just keep it to myself? I always get that all the time. And the reason is there's more to life than sitting alone on your computer just making money. In fact, that's kind of boring. Money's great, but if there's no other reward tied to it, then it's really, you live the life of a hermit kind of when you're working online from home alone. So helping others succeed is almost more rewarding. Sounds weird, but here's an example. Michael, doing really well. Just wanted to share a milestone, hit 10,000 in revenue. Most of that was made in the last 28 days. Special thanks to Will. Launched first campaign in July. So this is an older screenshot, but this is from my Gear Bubble course. So this is a Gear Bubble Pro Store course and Google Shopping Ads. This is my other course, the big one. So it says, for all new folks, I found the following 2 points very helpful. You're not losing money. You're buying data. Try to learn from every penny spent. Did the design suck? Was the targeting off? Who's buying, not buying? You don't launch a profitable campaign. You build one. Take several iterations to get a campaign well into the black. Remember, it's part of the process. If you do it long enough, you win. I love that. And then Ben, some Friday milestone motivation. Bought the course in late July. My other course launched first campaign 2 months ago. Will's system works. You just need to trust the process, put in the work. 1,000 sales milestone, that's huge. Cedric, my buddy Cedric, saying to everyone in this group, I will highly recommend the Gear Bubble course. So that's the predecessor to this one. I failed at Facebook ads for 3 years, purchased so many courses I can tell the good from the bad. Purchased a course a couple months ago, and as of today had his first $1,000 day. Don't ask because I don't post screenshots. You wouldn't believe them anyway. My weakness was Facebook ads. For the first time, I decided not to second guess him and do exactly what he's teaching, whether it makes sense to me or not. So I love that. This is the best course I've seen so far. He's not selling BS. I follow other high earners and he's on the same page with them. Will is just a better teacher. This is fourth quarter time. Get it now. Love it. And then the last one here. Something seems to be working here. Now at 7 sales, 1 sale from sponsored ads with a $1 per day budget. All 7 sales are coffee mugs. So I think that is, if I'm not mistaken, an Etsy store. So that is why I do it right there. Though when I get those screenshots, I love it. And that's why I put together this training. So more on that later. Time for the intro. I know you guys might have seen this before, so I'm going to keep it super short and sweet. It's just, who am I, right? Most of you know me, some may not. That's me. That's my fugly mug. I've got 5 daughters, all H names, live in London, Ontario, Canada. Founder PPCcoach.com, trained over, that should be 11,000 online marketers now since 2007. I actually started in 2005 part-time, and I went full-time working self-employed in 2007. So I am what you call a veteran in this online advertising world. I'm like a dinosaur compared to all these young guys that are coming up. So big payouts, that's my first check. When you guys get your first payout, or if you've had it already, I hope you took a big picture of it. You don't even get checks anymore. It gets like deposited by PayPal right into your bank account or Stripe or whatever it may be, or a wire transfer. So the amount's hard to see, but that was November 23rd, 2005, and it's $17,489.53. That's US dollars, so that's like 100,000 Canadian. No, I'm just kidding. It's a lot though. It's about 20 grand Canadian. We didn't have high resolution cameras back then. This was literally on a camera with film, so we had to take it and get it developed. That's how poor we were. We didn't have digital. And I was just using Google AdWords. Now it's called Google Ads. They changed the name on us. And I was doing loan leads and selling them to banks and loan companies in the United Kingdom. So now I focus on Facebook ads, and I got to update that because it's Google Shopping ads. So after that check, I said the weirdest thing to my wife. We're sitting there at dinner. She was pregnant with the 3rd daughter. And I said, I have to quit my job to start making money. And you don't hear people say that too often, but I did. I quit my job. My last shift was December 31st, 2006, New Year's Eve. And I do remember that. It was super dead. And I just did nothing the whole shift. I basically walked around the building, picked my nose, and chit-chatted with everybody. Didn't take a single call. It was a call center that I was working in for TD Ameritrade. And I didn't do a thing. I'm like, what are you going to do, fire me? Like, I don't care. I quit anyway. So now I've sold over $1 million in physical products and counting, done that with a lot of different methods, and I'm approaching $1 million for my courses and coaching too. So I'm unique in that I work in both worlds at the same time, and I work for different reasons that I already explained. One thing that people say all the time, those who can't do teach, like sure, yes, a university professor, high school, I kind of believe that, but in this case, no, not me. I actually, anything that I show people or that I train people on, I've done myself. So I'm not gonna, I'm the type of guy that I practice what I preach, which is unlike a lot of others out there. So enough fluff. Let's get into the training because we do need to cover three things on the webinar. And that's going to be number one is what to sell. And I'm going to show you some things here that you may not have thought about or seen before. Number two, I'm going to show you how to sell it. Guaranteed you haven't seen this stuff before. Um, well, you may have seen it, but not for me. So, and number three, how to ensure your success. If you have questions, you can feel free to post them in the chat box. This is live, sitting here in the front of my house, and everybody else is watching a movie in the living room over there. But that's cool. So post them in the chat box. I'll glance over every once in a while, see if I can pick them up. If not, you can email me too after, or post them in the free PPC Coach group as well. Okay. So let's go into this. What to sell? What to sell? What do we sell? There's tons of options, like literally millions of different options that you can put on your store. You don't have to pick just one. In fact, you're going to be putting up a lot because you're going to have to test and you're going to have to see which product is actually working best. And that's going to be the products that you want to focus on for your advertising budget because they're going to return the most money into your pocket. So let's talk pricing. I'm going to tell you this now. You do not have to sell lower price products only. So let's say you come up with a cool coffee mug design and you go, okay, I want to sell this because it's awesome. Christmas is coming up, whatever, Halloween, whatever holiday, or I want to give it as a gift. Those are so cheap and the margins that are so small, and a margin is like what you get after you make a sale. They're so tiny that you can't really advertise them because there's nothing left to pay for the ads. So you don't have to do that. You can do that, but you don't have to. So let's talk sources. There's three main ones that I use, and that is drop shipping from China. A lot of products are made in China. That route I'm going to talk about in a minute. Drop shipping from the USA. Hey, that's a little bit better. If we're selling to people in the USA, let's have it shipped from the USA so they get it faster. Wouldn't that be awesome? And the third option is using print on demand companies like Gearbubble, which I've done a lot of over the years. So those are the three main options. And the best part is with a store online, you are not limited to just one. You can incorporate all of them. You can pick your favorite. You can do whatever you want. There's a ton of flexibility in this. So does that sound pretty cool? Let us look at each with a few examples now. So first is my baby, my favorite, print on demand. I love it. So companies will print and ship only when you order it. So there's no inventory. You pay for the product after you've already been paid with the store. So somebody goes to your store, buys it. The product only exists digitally. It's like a design on a hoodie, for example. They can buy that hoodie, they'll pay you, then you put the order through to the print on demand company who will print it and ship it for you. How awesome is that? Of course, you have to pay them, but the difference between what you get and what you pay to the print on demand company is your margin. That's your profit margin. And then you have to throw in ad costs, of course, but it does work and it works very well. I would consider those kind of mid-range or low ticket items. So here's some examples, right? Coffee mugs, necklaces, bracelets, shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, pillowcases, posters, all over prints, leggings, laser engraved necklaces, shot glasses, travel mugs, canvas prints, freeform necklaces, all that stuff. And there's even probably more out there too now that you can use. And I've done basically all these hats. I've never really got to work, and phone cases either, but a lot of these do work really well. What are my top three? I would say necklaces. That's what I'm known for, creating them. And I create designs that people give as gifts to family members or loved ones or whatever it may be, and it works very, very well. The gift angle online is super powerful. especially around Christmas time. And hoodies as well. That's more like funny stuff that you can put onto a hoodie. And coffee mugs, those are always good. Those are my bread and butter in the print on demand world. Canvas prints are also good. Haven't had as much success with them, but you can raise the prices. So you can have kind of more expensive product, have a higher margin, but you got to know that it's going to cost you a little bit more to get a sale with advertising. So let's see some examples. This is an example of a gift angle, and the cool part is this is actually mine. I don't usually give my stuff away, but I figure, whatever. Sold like over 8,000 of this, so this says, "To my daughter, never forget that I love you. You'll always be daddy's little girl." And it's got a little heart in the middle, and it's just a necklace pendant. I sold this at $27.95, so the profit margin for one sale is $20. So I made revenue wise about $161,600, and the profit margin was about 50%. So that put about 80,000 in my pocket. That's not too shabby, and those numbers are real. They're not made up. So that gives you an idea of the gift angle. So it just says what daughter would not love this? Surprise yours with this. It will melt her heart. Make sure you share it on Facebook too. Get yours now and surprise her. She's worth it. So I'm targeting dads, obviously, and I'm trying to tug at the emotions to get them to say, yeah, my daughter deserves this, and it worked. It worked very well. So think of all the other daughter stuff, son stuff, grandparents, aunts, uncles, moms, dads, all that stuff that you can apply this kind of angle to. It works super well. Second one, this is not mine, but this one sold even more. I'm jealous. 11,406 sold. This is to my wife. I loved you then, love you still, always have and always will. And this one sold at $34.95, so I know that they made $27 per sale. So this little necklace pulled in $307,962. And I'm assuming, I don't know because it's not mine, but even if they spend half on ads to get that, then their profit would be like 153,000. That's not too shabby at all. And then I'll show a coffee mug. I think this is actually from the owner of Gear Bubble, to be honest. So at 19.95, profit margin on one sale is $10. So that's about 140,000, 71,490 in profit. Look at that though, almost 15,000 of these suckers sold. And this is color changing, so it's neat. It starts out black, and when you pour like a hot liquid into it, it'll change and it'll reveal that design. So it's pretty cool. I hope you're getting some ideas, but I'm not going to stop there. So let's look at something called high ticket drop shipped items from the USA now. This is where people seem to struggle quite a bit, and I'll show you why. So here's an example. Like, you could literally think of anything high ticket, but take kayaks. Do you think we could sell kayaks on an online store? We absolutely can. There's no reason why we can't. They retail for about $700 approximately. So let's find a USA supplier. So where can we find these? So check this out. I'm going to exit out of this presentation for a second. You know where you find these? You go to Google and you literally type in wholesale and your keyword. That's it. That's the big secret to finding USA drop shippers. Crazy, isn't it? Do you like drop shippers and wholesalers actually want to advertise and show their sites on Google? Yes, they do. They absolutely do. So when you go in here, you'll see a lot of ads and a lot of things like that. Just one second, please. So well, the first one we have here is Alibaba.com, right? And if we go there, you'll see that, yeah, they got kayaks, tons of them. But the only problem is the suppliers are typically, well, I'm actually set to North American. But if you go here, where did I set that? Supplier types. Oh, supplier location. If I just go all, there we go. So now I'm seeing like Shanghai, um, Ningbo, I'm assuming China, Ningbo. So a bunch of these all in China. I mean, you could sell these from China, but why do that? Alibaba has a lot of listings. They do have the ability to sort by where you want it. So supplier location, if we did North America, and I said like United States, it drops it quite a bit, right? Some of these aren't even kayaks, they're just accessories. I don't know what this is, a container. Ocean pack and dry, I don't even know what that is. So that it's like, oh man, where do I find a drop shipper from the US? Well, I'll go back and say, ooh, there's one. Directboats.com. Man, let's go there. So I actually clicked it. Directboats.com, over 1,000 boats, motors, and trailers. They sell all this stuff, not just kayaks. But check this out. They sell them in a 4-pack, which is so cool. I thought that was awesome. So if you take this and you figure, okay, they want to sell 4 kayaks for $1,543 divided by 4. It's going to be $385 each. So you could order 4 at a time. So get 4 orders and then process it here and get them to ship it out. And if I go to a store here in Canada and I look at kayak prices, I can see that we're at like $750, $629, $599, all different kinds. I'm trying to find one that's kind of similar to that green one. Maybe that, $974. I don't know. But even at anything over $385, we're making money. So if we took a kayak and we sold it for $685, that means when we make a sale, we've got a $300 profit margin. So we could run quite a bit of ads with a $300 profit margin, don't you think? I do. I absolutely do. So that's just like one thing. Just think of any other product at all, like any other, go to brainstorm stuff and look at other stores and see what's selling for like over $500 and then go and find a supplier. And the way that you do it is quite simply you use Google, which is like the most awesome resource for everything, and type in wholesale and then what your keyword is. You could even do this. You could say, and a lot of people show this, and I couldn't believe it either, wholesale fireplaces. Like this just blew me away, but you can actually find wholesalers for fireplaces. So you could have fireplaces listed on your online store and sell them at a really good profit. It's just crazy. Factory buys direct, I think that was one. But a lot of these too, if they don't have much information on their site, you can certainly call them and set up a deal. So there's no limit to what you can sell. The only limit is your imagination, really. So let's go back here. So kayaks, like I said, that's just one example. There's a lot of higher ticket products that you can sell and you can list. The only thing stopping you is your imagination, really. So let's go on to drop shipping from China. This is a very popular route. There's one slight issue. Shipping times from China to North America, it takes a really long time. Okay. Now, this can still work, but there's one key to this. You have to set expectations. Let people know you're not Amazon Prime. You're not going to be delivering next day or same day. It's going to take a while for the product to get to them. As long as you tell people ahead of time that, hey, shipping time, delivery, processing is about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Put that on your page. You will reduce the number of customer service headaches that you have to go through. You'll reduce complaints. You'll reduce chargebacks. You'll reduce everything, as long as you're honest and upfront with people. So let's take a look at an example, because you can put any product you want on your store, right? So AliExpress is like the most popular one. Let's go there. There's spy tools all over the place that you can do that you don't really need, to be honest. So here's an example. I typed in alarm clock, and I'll show you what I did. I'll do it live here. So let's go alarm clock, because I actually saw an ad for an alarm clock on Facebook one time. And then what you want to do is sort by orders. So just click that, and then it'll sort by the number of orders. Now this blew me away, but this gaudy, awful thing that projects onto your ceiling, ugh, look at the orders, 4,366. Isn't that nuts? So this thing costs $810 a piece, free shipping. But if I click on orders, I want to see if there's any today. Yep. Wow. Look at how popular this thing is. Like, that's page 1. Let's go to page 2. So they show you the buyer and when it happened. All day long, these things are selling. So what if you took this product this weird projection alarm clock, and you took this, oh, where'd it go? This. Oh, is this what it looks like then? So it looks like this and it projects like that. So you take this weird product, cost you $8.10 to buy one. You sell it for 30 bucks, 40 bucks. Do you think you'd make some money? I do. I mean, they're already selling. There's a lot available still. And by ePacket, which is saying here, which I don't know what's up with the United States and ePacket, but I'm sure it'll change. Everything changes. That's the only consistent thing online is things change. 12 to 20 days. So as long as you set the expectation that no, it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks, but we'll get it to you, you'll have happy customers, and they'll probably like it. They'll probably go back to your store and they'll probably buy more stuff. So for me, I think this is the weirdest alarm clock in history. I would not want that projecting on over my bed. I think I'd be like, I don't know, I think aliens were like taking me away if I woke up to that every day, but apparently people like it. So I didn't need a spy tool. I didn't need anything else. All I did was go to AliExpress and type in something I thought of, and I found sorted by orders. Looked at the orders that are coming in today. That means it's a pretty good deal. I could go further and try and find if anybody else is selling this on Facebook, but honestly, I don't care. If I find something with that many orders, I'm good. That's why I'm just sidebar, but I'm not a big fan of the spy tools, because if something shows up on a spy tool, odds are the market's been hit pretty hard by it and you missed the boat. You want to be ahead of the boat, not behind the boat. So let's go back here. Pretty cool, right? I think so. So I'm going to view the presentation here. Hopefully I went back in. There we go. So does all this stuff work? That's the question. Because you're like, yeah, that's nice. Kayaks, alarm clocks, what, hoodies, necklaces, that sounds weird. Does it work? Absolutely. Here's a couple more. So yes, made my first sale. Love that one. It works. Made my first sale today using these Facebook strategies. It was from an intermediate campaign, so I'd recommend those for sure. I did test and do the beginner campaign at the same time. Built up social proof first. Thanks, Will, for sharing your wisdom. I love these. The first screenshots of first sales are just fantastic. This guy took it another step. Got 2 sales from the process. Ready to scale. So why am I showing you these people who took one of my courses in the past? That's not Google Shopping results. That's Facebook ad results. I want to show you my stuff works. That's why. Okay. So let's look at how now, which is kind of secret number 2. And it's not really secret. How to sell. The old way. Facebook ads to your store. Create a store. Put products on it. Advertise on Facebook. Make sales, make profits, super easy and profitable. I just summed up every course from the past 3 years right there. That's how easy it was, because it was working. Facebook loved us. Facebook was selling stuff. And then Facebook started collecting data, and they started seeing that, some of these stores aren't really shipping out in time, if at all. And some of these products are junk. So then they started kind of penalizing us, moving the goalposts, making it a lot more difficult. So the old way is getting harder and harder. And I call that cold traffic to an impulse buy, because when you're posting something on advertising on Facebook, it is an impulse. You're interrupting people on Facebook with interruption marketing. It works if you have a good enough product, but that's the old way. There's more competition, meaning ad costs are rising because people are seeing success, so they follow it naturally. Plus, Facebook keeps changing things, which is very annoying when you have a great method working. I've burned through so many great methods. Some of them I haven't even taught to others yet at all, because they just died. They died on me, and I'm like, what the heck? That worked so well for so long, and then all of a sudden, nope, that doesn't work. So back to the lab. Got to run some experiments, figure out what changes Facebook made behind the scene, didn't tell us about. They're really good at that. So the solution, I've got it. The new way, Google Shopping ads. Okay, when you're advertising on Google Shopping ads, people are actually typing in keywords looking for your product. So you're not interrupting them. They have what's called buyer intent. This is a lot better than interruption marketing. And it works too, which is awesome. So you want to see how to sell? I'm going to do a diagram of it. So let me exit out here. Exit out here first. And I'm going to go to my trusty Funalytics, and I'm going to show you my whole system. So we start here. I'm just going to drag this over. This is our store. And on our store, we've got products, we've got pages, right? But we're just going to kind of have that as where we're going to send traffic. So it'll actually go to product pages individually, but we want to show that. That's where we want to send things. So how do we get people here? Well, we used to have Facebook send in traffic here. They'd buy, we'd be happy. Then we move on to the next, or just try and scale that campaign. That was the old way. So the new way is different. Now we've got this. They still call it AdWords. I love that. And we want to run this to our store. So we've got Google Ads. Actually, I'm going to change this so I don't confuse people. Google Shopping Ads that we are going to run as our first point of contact to get people into our store and get them buying. And these people are searching on Google for stuff that we're selling. Very cool. So after that, what can we do? Well, we're not giving up on this. We still want this. Facebook does still work. So what we're going to do is, based on these people that viewed our store, go like that. Oops. Yeah, it's kind of a two-way. So people land from Google on our store, we pixel them with Facebook, and then we show them more ads to kind of bring them back to the store. So if they viewed it but they didn't buy, we'll show them an ad here. And these are what's called DPA, which stands for Dynamic Product Ads. That's what we're going to do. So our store has pixels for Google and it has pixels for Facebook. These ads are not cold traffic. This is warm traffic. This is cold traffic up here. So we're going to retarget with Facebook using dynamic product ads to make sure that anybody who viewed it but didn't buy, or added to cart but didn't buy, can come back and do so at any time. And then we're going to take it a step further. We're going to say, okay, that alone is a solid system. There's no two ways about it. But I've also incorporated this, where I've said, and it's not an affiliate program. I'm going to show you this. This is some cool traffic too, where you can use influencer marketing. And all this means is you're finding people that have big followings online and you're approaching them to get them to push your products to their following. So the whole way that you do it is not that difficult. You just make deals. And you say, hey, you got a big Facebook group there. I'm in that niche. Do you mind, like, what would happen if I sent all your admins and you a hoodie from my store? Do you think I could make a couple posts on your group trying to sell some stuff? Well, yeah, that sounds good. No problem. Or Instagram, or Snapchat, or YouTube. Huge. Hey, if I send you this product, can you shoot a quick video of you using it and then put a link to my store in the description or mention my store? Yeah, sure, we can do that. That's influencer marketing. That's it in a nutshell. It's not that difficult to run. A lot of people aren't. The beauty of it is, we should actually probably move this up here. I'll put it right here. So these two are cold traffic, sending it to your store. Facebook is kind of picking up the scraps and saying, okay, let's retarget now because we know that. And then I've got a third one too. Actually, a fourth one, I should say, where we want to get these people onto this baby. So I'm going to go like this and like this. And this is our email marketing. So once they've been on our store and they've bought something, we want to get them to repeat. So what I'm going to do is put another one down here. And I'm going to say this. So this is our email. I'm just going to do a whole bunch of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, all the way out. Basically, you want to load up like a year's worth of emails, and all of these are going back to your store. So it looks like this. Okay, so they get onto your email marketing. All your email sequence goes back to your store to get more sales. That's the system in a nutshell. How you run these? Well, you gotta know how to run campaigns properly, How do you run these? You got to learn how to do that correctly. How do you run these? You got to learn. How do you set this up correctly? You got to learn. Okay. But this is a whole system in a nutshell. So it's very powerful because we've got two sources of cold traffic. We've got retargeting, and then we've got emails going out on the back end to get repeat customers. This stuff works very, very well, and it allows us to spend more up here on our cold traffic. Because even if we broke even on our Google Shopping ads, we're still going to make money because our retargeting ads are going to pick up, make sales. These are going to pick up and make sales too. You can even have days where you shut off all your cold traffic campaigns and you still make sales from your warm traffic campaigns and your emails. Okay, so this part is the key because this starts it all. And this is the part that most people don't fully understand how to utilize correctly until now. Okay, so that's the system. I'm going to go back here. That's how to sell correctly. Do you think that would work? It does. That's what I do. It works really, really well. So I hope you're thinking, dude, that's awesome. I love that system. Looks super cool. So let's get you on the right track from the get-go. Cold traffic with buyer intent. That's Google Shopping ads, to retargeting, Facebook dynamic product ads, to influencers for some more cold traffic, to email marketing. That's the whole system in a nutshell. That's how you sell your stuff. You don't just hit them with one thing. It's not just a Facebook ad to your store and forget about it. There's a lot of moving parts in there. So I showed you a full system with Google Shopping ads at the front. You need to adapt, adjust, and move forward in order to succeed online long term. So what worked 6 months ago, excuse me, might not be as effective today or might not work at all, unfortunately. So does this sound difficult? It can be. Just like anything though, right? So with some help, do you think you can do it though? I'm just going to leave that up there. So you know how to sell now. You know the system. Let's look at the last part of the webinar. How to ensure success. Now, wouldn't that be nice? So I've sold a lot of courses over the years, tons. Like I can't even remember all the courses that I've sold because there's so many. But here's the last one that I've used a lot of success stories from. And that one brought in, I think, over 1,200 people bought it, 12, 20, something like that. It's probably more now. I put out a few boot camps too. I like doing those, making over 6 figures on those so far. And I coach people one-on-one and for a premium fee. It's not cheap at all, but it is one-on-one. So it's basically buying my time. I noticed something. There's a lot of information out there and people get information overload. They go to YouTube and they think, okay, well, Google Shopping ads, let's go to YouTube, let's learn it. Good luck. I've done that. And everything I found on YouTube for Google Shopping ads was half the story. It wasn't the full story. They show you how to set up one campaign, that's it. That's not going to work. Sorry, that's not the way you run them. Information overload leads to this. Analysis paralysis, which is overanalyzing, overthinking a situation so that a decision or an action is never taken. So anybody guilty of this? I am. I'm raising my hand right now. It means you don't know what to do next. You've got so much information. There's no clear path. And that's awful. It's a bad feeling. I hate being overwhelmed. I hate not having a clear path. I hate not knowing where I'm going next, especially with my business. It's very difficult. And plus, honestly, like I said, some info is just wrong. So how do you know what's right and what's wrong? You don't. So you try it all or you don't do anything. That's pretty much what people do. And you end up like this. You're stressed, headaches, back to square one. Google Shopping ads don't work. I don't know how to do it. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand this dashboard. I don't understand the strategy. How do I manage this thing? What do I do? I've seen it time and time again over the years. It's frustrating to watch people go through this, and it makes me sad. It really does. I don't like it. So what's the solution? Simple. Get some help from an expert. It's been there, done that, got a t-shirt already. Imagine you want to become a bodybuilder. Who would you want to teach you? This little guy with the pipe cleaner arms? Or Mr. Schwarzenegger? No brainer. You'd want Arnold Schwarzenegger. You'd want the best, not some wimpy kid. If you had him teaching you, would you become a pretty good bodybuilder? Even if you screwed up a lot of it, you would still be further ahead than somebody who didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger teaching them. Of course, but there's a catch. So you don't just become great at something because you've got a great teacher. You have to do something, and that is take action. This is where I see a lot of people fail too. They get overwhelmed when even when they have a clear path and they think, no, first stumbling block, I quit. I'm out of here. Too much. Can't do it. Nope, gone. You can't do that. You got to take action. Just remember the next slide. It's a key ingredient in ensuring success, and that is action changes things. Act. It does. You can make your own luck. You ever see a lot of screenshots online and you go, man, that guy got lucky. Well, no, he didn't. He made his own luck because he took massive action and that changed his situation. You can do that too. So, question for you. Are you where you want to be right now? Just be honest with yourself, okay? What have you done to change your situation? Have you got help? Have you taken action? Maybe some of you are saying, yeah, I did and it didn't work. That's cool. I know when I lost 100 pounds in 106 days, I followed a routine and a diet, but I didn't lose it all overnight. And I probably gained back a lot of it too because I'm a man and that's what we do. But do you know how I learned my weight routine at the gym? Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. I bought it when I was 15. It's about 5 inches thick, and it's got everything, every exercise, every routine, meal plans, everything in there. And it's all that's what I followed. And I developed my own routines based on that book. It was my Bible. I still have it. It's up on my shelf right now. Do you know how I learned the diet to follow? Well, a friend who's a former Olympian gave me a diet plan to follow. And this diet plan was something that I could not have come up with myself because I had no clue what to eat, when to eat, and why it would work. But she did. She knew. So without that help, I would never have lost the weight ever. Without taking action, if I didn't go work out, if I didn't run, if I didn't follow the diet plan, I never would have lost it. So people see success and they think it was easy, but it's not. It typically looks like this. It's an iceberg. So they see the top part, but they don't see the bottom where it's hard. There's failure, setbacks, doubts, hard work, sacrifices, risks, courage, persistence, and action. All this 90% is below the water, 10% above. It's hard to succeed, but it is possible through consistent effort and following a system. So how do you ensure success? You need to do something too. You need to follow a system. Then you'll succeed too and ensure your success. So here's an example. He's just following a system. Jay, this is another course of mine, Engraving Profits. It's about necklaces and ones that you can engrave. So it's very cool. Awesome product, super high quality. But he took action. He got his first 2 orders for 94 bucks. That's cool, right? Pretty good. Then he kept going. Got my first 6-figure store going. Thanks, Will, for showing me the way. I love this. This guy is just kicking butt and taking names. Getting that much in sales from an online store is something that not everybody can do. Now, a lot of the big wheels say, oh, that's nothing. I do that in a day. Yes, but this is not selling trademark infringing stuff or the latest gadget. This is like a legit long-term business that the man is building, and he's doing really well at it. So he will cross probably $500,000 in revenue. And even if he pulls 20% of that as revenue, that's $100,000 a year. That's a 6-figure job, 6-figure business, I should say, not job. It's pretty good, right? Excuse me. So someone needs to show you. Otherwise, how do you know what to do? I had someone show me, and without them, I wouldn't have been self-employed since 2007. He showed me how to do those secured loan leads way, way, way back in the day. And I probably could have figured it out on my own, but it would have taken a lot longer, and I would not have quit my job as soon. It's like anything in life. You learn first from people who know how. So what if there was someone who could help you learn? What if there was a course on all this? Pretty good segue, right? What if it walked you through every step in detail? Would that help you out? So let me ask you a question. And we're coming up on, we're getting near the end here anyway. So are you enjoying the webinar so far? Give me a 1 in the chat box if you're still with me, hanging in there, enjoying stuff. Couple ones coming in. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mark, Tom, Jerry. Holy cow. Mike, Lisa, Adrian. Awesome. Do you think this stuff can work for you? I hope you're nodding your head. So here's what we've covered: what to sell, how to ensure success. So my question is, do you want to take things to the next level? Introducing the Gear Bubble Pro Store and Google Shopping Ads course. So the info and methods I've shown today, they only scratch the surface, not even really a dent. It would take me, oh, wait till you see this course. You're going to be blown away. There's no way I could teach all that on a webinar in an hour. It's way more than that. It took me forever to put this thing together. So the course is all about showing you exactly what to do by watching me over the shoulder, step by step, to get you profitable. Okay. What is it though? It's a 70+ video course. It's a monster. It's big. It's delivered online. It's all done. It's waiting for you. It's a complete system from A to Z. Whenever I put these together, I assume you know nothing. So that just in case you know a bit, that's cool. But for the ones who don't know anything, they're still going to keep up with you. So what you're going to get, the GB's Gear Bubble Pro Store and Google Shopping Ads course, 73 videos, over the shoulder training. You watch me do it, then you apply what I did to your own store. I could sell this for $9.97 easily. I also have some amazing bonuses for you, but first, you might have failed before. Okay, the course is going to fix this permanently, and that's a big claim, but it's going to. I've been showing this system to my one-on-one guys for a while, and I just actually taught another guy who is running his own coaching program, and he's going to implement this into his coaching program too, because he actually sent me a message today, said, I just got my first sale. Like I spent like $3.96 and I made like $44. And I'm like, woof, that's pretty good. Feels good, right? He's like, yeah, it feels like Facebook back when I got my first sale. He loved it. So were you doing things the old way? That's not your fault. Okay, until somebody shows us a better way, that's what we're going to do. We can fix that if you'll let us. So warm traffic is awesome. And that's what the first bonus is all about. It's bonus number 1, how to retarget with Facebook dynamic product ads. So retargeting means showing ads only to people who've already been to your store. And they might have added to cart or they might not have. We can still show them ads. Even if they bought before, we can still show them ads using a product feed and Facebook. So that's a course within the course itself, and I value that at $4.97 easily, because not too many people show Facebook dynamic product ads, again, because there's a product feed and a catalog and all that confusing stuff. So I do. Dynamic product ads are awesome. It is dynamic because the image changes, the description and the price is all based on your product feed. So wherever that person landed, they're going to see it again. So you only have to set up one ad set with one ad, and it'll cover everything. It's very cool. There's actually 2 that I show you, but it's the most profitable way to run Facebook ads. You could even take it a step further and run dynamic product ads to cold traffic if you really wanted to get fancy. And I've done that too, because I like to get fancy. But if you only got that, would it be worth it? So that's the course. Retargeting, total value, $1,494. I've got another bonus for you, but first, one more question. Do you have disposable income? I do. I spend mine on coffee. I buy a lot of coffee, like 3 or 4 a day from Tim Hortons. All you Canadians know that. My double. So I probably spend $6 a day on coffee, times 30 days is like $90 a month, times 12 is like more than I'd like to admit. But what if I took some of my coffee money and invested that in myself to speed up my learning curve? That would be a smart choice, wouldn't it? So everybody's got disposable income that you spend on something. Take a little chunk and put it into your education, speeding up your learning curve. That's a good way to go about it. So back to the bonuses. Number 2, how to get free in quotes, because it's not 100% free because you have to give them something to do what you want, but you're not like paying Facebook or Google for traffic. So with influencer marketing, I'm getting pretty good at this too. I could probably put out a whole course just on that because I've made some pretty good deals and it works very well. And you combine that with retargeting from Facebook and the emails marketing, perfect. It's awesome. So that's got about a $4.97 value. Influencers are everywhere, and I'll teach you how to access them profitably. You don't need any of those fancy third-party tools that are super expensive at all. You can do it with simply going through Google and looking at it. So I've got one more bonus, and then we're going to wrap things up here. Oops, let's go back here. Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, the one more bonus was email marketing. Let me get out of this. There it is. So how to get repeat customers with email marketing. Sorry for that little screw up there. Email marketing is on the back end, and that's how you get people back to your store to buy things over and over. So that, and it's basically, once it's set up, it's autopilot. It doesn't cost you anything. And I show you the whole system I use, how to do it, how to get the welcome email, how to add products to your sequence, how to connect it to your store, and all that good stuff to send traffic back. That's again another course within the course itself, about a $497 value right there. So it's a pretty good package so far. Took me a long time to put all this training together, like a long time. So you've got two choices. You can do nothing. Don't take a leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Go back to doing whatever you're doing before you spend your time with me today, or you can pony up a small amount of money compared to what you'll spend on your own learning the systems through trial and error, not to mention all the value you're getting. So it's almost decision time. Let's recap real quick. The course, retargeting with Facebook, dynamic product ads, that's what DPA is, how to do influencer marketing, how to get repeat customers with email. Total value now, $2,488 for this package. Before we finish, just one more thing. There's always two types of people who come on webinars, lazy ones and take action ones. These are the ones that I want to work with, although those Cheetos are looking pretty good. The fist bump champion is what I want, and I hope that's what you are. So here's the Take Action Ted fist bump champion of the world. Started my test campaign a few hours ago, had my first Shine On sale. That's the engraved necklaces course. Thanks for the great course. So, and there's me. I love these posts. Congrats. Information alone, it's not going to help you. Go ahead, try it on YouTube, struggle for a couple months, then you come back. Taking action on the information will. I put together a package that's going to over deliver on value. If you want a system that works and you want to do this better, the new and better way, then this is it right here. So the total value, $2,488. You get all that plus all the bonuses. Combined value, $2,488. You can see why it's a good deal, I hope. I charge a lot more for my one-on-one. The general public price is $497. Because you showed up on the webinar today, $297. So if you're interested, go here, ppc-coach.com/gbpro-course. It's going to be in the bottom right of the rest of the slides. And we're coming up, we just got a couple minutes left. That's 40% off. And that's a limited time offer on, I don't know how to get it back there. There it is, oh there. October 20th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern, so like midnight. Price is going up to $497. Okay. That link includes a coupon code attached to it. So when you click through, it'll bring you to the sales page. Click on the enroll button. You'll see everything. It's all set. I'm using a new platform for this that I really like. Teachable. I think it's awesome. So I had a choice to make. I could sell it for cheap so everybody could get it, or I could charge more selling less. So I'm able to give those people more attention. And I went cheap this time. $297 is cheap. It's very cheap for this. I actually had a guy, I gave him a copy yesterday, and he said, "You're not charging enough." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's a good one. I love that. Should I raise it?" He's like, No. Leave it at $297, but you got to raise your price." And I was like, "Yeah, I kind of thought that way too, but I want more people to get their hands on it." So if all it did was show you how to load up a store with a ton of products, would that be worth it? And if all it did was show you how to use Google Shopping ads, that's a huge topic right now, would that be worth it? And if all it did was save you thousands of dollars in trying to learn all this on your own, would that be worth it? And somebody just pointed out something stupid that I did. Yeah, it's November, not October. Questions, post them in the free group. No problem at all. Yeah, I'll fix that. So let's get started. GB Pro-course, order now for instant access. So what's the difference between now and later? Now you might be struggling. Okay, Google Shopping ads are tough. You might struggle with them. Later you won't be. You'll learn. The system's right there. This is where I made an error. Let's just say November. Sorry about that. Brain fart today when I was putting this slide together. That's November 20th at 11:59 p.m. Not October 20th. Bad PPC Coach. So there you go. Limited time offer. Price is going to go up. If you have other questions, you can email me. Here's some common ones I get all the time. So what if I've never created a Google Shopping ad before? Good. I don't have to retrain you. You get to start fresh. People say, take my money. Are there, that's awesome. Are there any email templates in the course? Well, I show you how to do the emails and I show you how to save it as a template that you can reuse over and over. So I'm going to say yes. What if I don't learn anything new? You're going to. I've never showed this stuff before. You don't, there's no way. You've never seen this. You've never seen the Google Shopping ad method unless you're at a live event about a couple weeks ago. Maybe some of you were, but this is actually over the shoulder execution of the method. So you haven't seen that. How is it delivered? Online, available right now, 24/7 access. I just spent a couple weeks shooting videos, uploading them, getting them all ready. They're waiting for you. I'm actually going to show you the portal in a second here too. So will this work for e-commerce? Yeah, it's all about e-commerce. Is it right for me? Of course. If you want to do things the new way with a good system. Where can I go to get more questions answered? Go to the group, ppc-coach.com/group. That's a Facebook group. It's free. Most of you are in there. If you're not, go ahead. Again, November 20th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern, goes up. Still on the fence. Here's 2 more testimonials from Troy. Will always delivers. My 3rd time working with him. I learned so much each round. He always makes content easy to understand. Is always willing to help. Great guy, great value, great expertise. Thank you, Will. Love that, Troy. Thanks, Troy. And then Mike. Will, I have to say this is the best training I've received on the web regarding marketing. Money very well spent. Thank you. There you go. Bye now. So, do you want to see it? I want to show it to you. So I'm going to show it to you. I love this. This interface is so cool. This is what it looks like. It looks great on a phone too. So when you get in here, here's a curriculum. And all you do is you click on it. Click start. I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I'm logged in. It's locked. Okay. No problem. I should have probably logged in there. Let's just go back. And back. Preview has. I just lost it. That was smart. Let me fix this. Go over here. Give me 1 second. Oh, there's my other screen. You can look at that for a sec. Log in here. And of course, my passwords are all protected. Oops. I'm just logging in on my other screen. Get back to that page. There we go. And courses. There it is. Got it. Okay, this is what it looks like. So there's a welcome section, intro, system outline, mindset, getting set up. So I talk about general stores versus niche stores, creating a dummy account, how to verify you have a good niche for your store. That's a long video, but it's important. Coming up with and buying a domain, creating a Gmail account, which you need for Google Shopping, creating your Gear Bubble Pro store, settings, connecting everything, and then under products, I go over 2 main types, which is basically print on demand or drop shipping. Go through like an idea folder, a lot of product ideas and how to find them, and then creating designs if you're going to use print on demand. So this is how I do it. You can outsource it too. You can hire designers. This is probably one of the most important videos. Keyword consideration for products. You need this. You have to have it. Then how to upload them. And private products. Those are like dropship products. And then here's the big section. Marketing with Google Shopping. So I start at the beginning, creating your Merchant Center account, verifying your site, uploading your feed, finishing off the feed settings. And this one was pretty cool. Fixing feed disapprovals. So sometimes it doesn't get approved and you got to do some stuff. Creating your Google Ads account, introduction, kind of a walkthrough, your pixel and where to put it. This is the method that I use, the filter method. And then I should probably skip over that because you might be able to reverse engineer it. Retargeting, there's a big section on that. Everything from creating the page, getting content, like campaigns, and then creating your catalog, and then creating your dynamic product ad, retargeting campaigns, everything is in there. And then influencer marketing, what it is, how to find them, what to offer, agreeing to the details, tracking sales, tips for keeping good relationships. And then email, what it is, opening a MailChimp account, walk you through it, connecting it from your store to MailChimp, creating the welcome email, creating your email sequence. So there's a lot of beef in here. And then a recap, what to do next, how to get support, and of course, a thank you from me. So that is what it looks like. It is jam-packed. As you can see, it's not something you can go through in one night. Well, I guess you could if you blasted through it. But so I just want to say thank you. And I'd like you to go get a copy now. We're coming right at, well, actually, we just crossed an hour. I'm not going to keep you any longer. If you have any questions, go to the group, ppc-coach.com/group, ask away, or you can email me, ppccoach@gmail.com. Just going to check real quick if there are any more questions coming in. Too many screens here. Where'd my thing go? You know what? There it is. Slid it over. Okay. Oh, glitch. Postal code wants numbers only. I entered 3 digits of my postal code followed by 00 to make it work. Oh, that's weird. Sorry about that. Hopefully it worked for you. So it looks like we've got people in there already. Right on. Scrolling up here. I have a GB Pro Store. Does this give access to another GB Pro Store? No, I'm not including access to the store. You do need a store, so you could run it with the store you have already. No problem there. Is this course dependent on using GB Pro? No, it's not actually. You could use this with Shopify too, if you wanted. The actual method that I show in there can be implemented with anything. As long as you have a product feed and it's approved in the Merchant Center, you're good to go. And I'm going to report that to Teachable about that postal code. I'm starting work with Shine On. Good with that too, right? Shine On, yes. You could have, well, you have to have a Shopify store for Shine On, but you can absolutely advertise their necklaces with Google Shopping ads, 100%. That's barely the cost of 2 boxes of FBA mugs, LOL. See, now you're the second person that has complained that I'm not charging enough, so I think I'm just going to raise the price to $1,000 then. Thanks, Adam. Good idea. It's going up. You guys better get in there. Will this work for Shopify too? I don't have GB Pro. Yes, it will. Already have Shopify stores training specific to Gear Bubble Pro. No, it's not. There's your postal code. Do we need a GB Pro account? You don't for Google Shopping, but it's a really good program. ppccoach@gmail.com. Yes, that is my email. Can it work with WordPress? Honestly, the Google Shopping ads can work with anything that you can get a product feed into the Merchant Center. So if you have like WooCommerce, I'm pretty sure you can generate a product feed from WooCommerce and that'll work. You just follow the steps in the Google Shopping section for the Merchant Center and everything else to get it to work with WooCommerce. So the only limit is if there's really, I mean, every online store platform has the ability to generate a product feed, and that's all you need for Google Shopping ads. And you also need it for Facebook dynamic product ads because it relies on a catalog of products from your store. So it's a little bit different way to run the ads versus a typical way where, like on Facebook, we could just create an ad, take a picture or a video and upload that and then just run it direct to the product page. It's a little bit different than that, the setup, but it relies on Facebook, it relies on the catalog and the product feed. And on Google Shopping, it relies on the product feed in the Merchant Center. So I think that's where people get tripped up too, because you have to do the Merchant Center thing first, and it's actually a separate, like whole separate site from Google Ads. So it's really weird the way they did that. I don't even know why Google does half the things they do, but like I said, their dashboard too is very engineered by engineers who think it makes perfect sense to them, but as a user who's like not in that world, you're going to stumble around a little bit. You know, if it comes to just changing bids or editing bids, you got to go here, 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 and here to do it. And it's like, man, that doesn't, it's not really all that user friendly, to be honest. So I think that's why a lot of people steer clear of it. All right, we're overtime now. So I do see a couple people in there already. That's awesome. You guys are going to kick butt. If you have any questions, post them in the group, and I'll get that slide fixed that says October instead of November. That was my bad. I don't know why I was thinking October still. We got snow on the ground. It's obviously November. So I do apologize for that little hiccup, but that's what happens. These are live. So we just got to roll with it, adapt, and move forward, just like our new way of marketing. So I'm going to close it off. Everybody have a great night, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for coming out.